Sprint is just worth it. Okay, I think yesterday I was still contemplating on whether to go, and a friend was like, you should know church at Ubiri. Once they organize the program, you should know that your time will worth it. And I want to really appreciate the organizers of this program.
I thank God for this. I know now that teaching is a special ministry. I don't need to go to church. I don't need to be a pastor in church, which I don't want to be before. That gets me to be. So I don't need to be on the church. It's a special ministry, building lives. And I've learned here some things. One, that I need to intensify my effort in building lives. Two, that I need to upgrade myself more so that life is built. And three, that this ministry is a ministry that only God can work.
This is my first time attending this great seminar, and I will say it is awesome. So God bless the organizers of me.
All right. Before we go into the seminar proper, while we are still trusting God that a few more people will join us, I know somebody may be wondering why or what do we have to organize this program, that what do we know about teaching, or who are we, especially or most importantly, I will be taking majority of the seminar by the grace of God, and I want to quickly tell you about myself first, why I think I can share something with us. And so I want to first tell you about my journey as a teacher, so that you will understand why we have come together, why the Lord has laid this body upon us to work with. I was not initially or originally a teacher. You know what I mean by initially or originally? That was not my initial plan, and that was not my the start of my journey. I went to the university and I studied electrical electronics engineering. Some of you will be wondering, so why you are not in the right or in the best position to tell us anything about teaching? But I have been a teacher almost all my life, and that is what I want to tell you, the journey so far. Yes, I was trained as an engineer, electrical electronics engineer precisely. And when I finished from the university, but before I finished from the university, let me take it from there. I've had in mind the passion, the body, especially for the younger ones. In our local church, this is where we fellowship. This is where we meet together to fellowship. So I've had a burden for the younger ones coming behind me. So while I was in the university, every holiday I will organize a kind of free lesson for some of the children in secondary school. I am actually a secondary school major anyway. I don't really like teaching children. I don't really like teaching children. So I'm a secondary school teacher majorly. So I major in teaching secondary school students. So I will organize a lesson for them during the holiday. And then we'll come together, I will teach them physics, teach them mathematics, teach them English in a little way. Of course, I'm not an English major. I'm into sciences. And then I will try and do my best. I will bring in some other brethren who will teach them. And then after the holiday, we'll go back to school. They will go back to school. I will also go back to school. And that was how my teaching journey began. But when I finished from the university, don't forget, we are together as Christians. It's a Christian teacher seminar. So when I finished from the university and I was seeking the face of God for what next for me to do, the first thing God told me is that I should not take up any job that will not allow me to fulfill my purpose, what He wanted me to do, especially for Him. This was a big task. What type of job will I take up that will not allow what the Lord wanted to do in my life? I applied to Oyo State Civil Service Commission, Civil Service job, but there was no interview, there was nothing. It was this political thing. The politicians were bringing in people from behind the doors. So there was no official interview, there was no official anything. So it was just like that. So I couldn't get any job from Oyo State Civil Service work. And so I was doing what we usually or what we generally call PP. You know PP now, private practice. So I was doing home lesson teachers, and then I was teaching in extramural centers. You know these extramural centers. So there was one at Queen of Apostle, Europe. So I was teaching there, waiting for call-up letter for NYSC. So I was waiting for the call-up letter. So I was doing that, teaching at the extramural center, and then doing some private lesson teacher for students at home. And that was how I was earning a living back then. And then the next thing was the call-up letter for NYSC. So I was posted to Cross River State and Biasi local government, community secondary school at D, that is in Biasi local government area of Cross River State. The 1 year NYSC was a big task. It was a community, you know, when you hear community secondary school, you know that it's for, it's usually a village system, a village setting. But when you hear clinical, something high school, something you know that is in the big town. But when you begin to hear community, something community high school, you know that it's for the ones outside the center of the city, the ones in the outskirts, the ones in the village. And so it was more or less like a village setting. And this is one village, though a little big, and so they have a secondary school, which is a government secondary school. So there were not enough teachers, and it was a picture of my own personal background too, because I went to a village secondary school where we had no teachers. We had science teachers. We opted for sciences in SS1, and so we had science teachers only in SS1, and those were corpers, the core members. So they taught us physics, chemistry, biology, and all that. And once they finished their NYSC like that, that was the end. No more physics teacher, no chemistry teacher, no maths teacher until we wrote WAEC. And you could imagine, so your guess is as good as mine, what my results, my WAEC results will look like. And so getting to this kind of environment, to this school, of course, definitely my background came back to me that this was what you also experienced. The little those pop-ups were able to do in your life, you also have to do it here. And I was teaching mathematics, SS1 to 3, physics, SS1 to 3 in a public school. You know what that means? You know, something characterizes public school. What is it? Population. population. So you could imagine the number of students in the school. So I was teaching mathematics SS1 to 3, physics SS1 to 3. In fact, they wanted me to extend again to GSS classes. I said, you want to kill me. Even if I want to do it, the timetable, there is no way they will draw the timetable. It can never accommodate it. There will always be clash. And I'm just one person, so I can't divide myself into 2 or 3. So I was doing that. And I was doing it passionately. I would be from one class to another class to another class, from morning after assembly till closing. And I will get to the Compass Lodge like this. Oh my God. It was, but one thing I'm happy about and thankful to God today, some of my students back then, we are still in contact. Some of them are big boys and big girls now. Some of them, it was the motivation I gave them that made some of them to go beyond secondary school. Some of them finished from the university, some of them have done their masters, some of them are doing PhDs, some of them are working in big places. And as I am thankful to God, they are also thankful to God. I remember when I was 50, when I turned 50, and I made a post on Facebook, about 2 or 3 of them came, copied my picture and everything, and they went to their own world and they were sharing it, that this was the copper that made me go to school. This was the copper that taught me. This was the copper that taught me, that made me know maths, know physics, know this, know that. And that's one of the joy of being a teacher, seeing your students doing well, seeing them doing well in all areas. Majority of them are married, they are married now. But I'm still in contact with some of them. And that was the joy. So coming back after NYSC, God said I should not take up a job that would not allow me to fulfill. So I tried civil service work, so I couldn't get. And then the next thing was, what's next? I was even waiting for TESCOM, nothing, no employment that time. And so then an opportunity opened in a private secondary school, Leeds City High School. Some of us might have had Leeds City University, so they have a secondary school. They started with a secondary school, so Leeds City High School. So I went for the interview. It was what gave me the opportunity of getting that job, because looking at my CV, electrical and electrical engineering, so what has this to do with education? But they usually do something which gave me opportunity. One, you will first do written interview. They will give you some past questions, past questions stuff. So you will write, you will solve it. And then they will mark it. After they are done, those that pass will be selected for the micro teaching stuff. Of course, I know personally I am a talented teacher anyway, but not a professional teacher. So they will give you micro teaching. So you come to the class, they will organize the students, they will give you a topic to take in the class. And so I was to take mathematics. So I went to the class, and the little time I was given, I think maybe 30 minutes or so, I was to take a topic. So I took a topic and I taught the topic. Don't forget, I've been teaching right from when I was in the university, some of the students in our local church here. So I'm used to it, and plus the talent. So immediately I finished like this, the students shouted, "Uncle, are you coming tomorrow? Uncle, you are our teacher." You know how kind of the excitement. "Uncle, you will, please come and be teaching on. Come and be teaching on. Come and be teaching on." So the teachers that supervised the micro teaching, of course, having passed the written one, and now immediately I finished the teaching, the students are already asking, and so they had no choice than to make their recommendation to the management that yes, so they penned me down, and the next thing was a negotiation. What will you take as salary? And that was how I got that job. So by 2009, when I saw that this is where God is actually bringing me, so I don't have any other place to go again. So God has directed my step into teaching. So I need to become a professional teacher. So by 2009, I had to take a PGD. I had to do a PGDE, postgraduate diploma in education, with NTI, National Teachers Institute. the headquarters in Kaduna. So I did my PGDE in 2009, 2010, and I became a professional teacher, isn't it? Of course. So I became a professional teacher. And then I continued like that. During that time, when I was still in Lee City, we had various seminars. One thing I love in Lee City, especially with the management, the director, the executive director, she's a woman, highly disciplined woman. She would not take average. She always want the best. And so there will be in-house seminar that they will pay for experts to come and take us during the holiday. There was one I remember, some experts from Lagos, and then we had for almost a week, and that seminar was fantastic. It was one of the best seminars I attended. They brought in professionals, they taught us so many things. There will be in-house seminar, they will send some teachers to seminar outside, and when they come back, they will organize the other teachers, they will come and teach us what they have learned from the seminar they went for, and we continue like that. Like the person that addressed us, gave us welcome address, said some of us have attended seminars. Yes, the publisher seminars, Macmillan, which other one? So they organize seminars. There hardly was there any seminar they organized that we did not attend. And mathematics and English were the major teachers that will be invited. And so once it is mathematics like that, I will be the teacher to go. So I have several certificates. I remember when I was arranging houses, I saw certificates of attendance. I was just opening one certificate after the other. And the peak of it was in 2012. I was sent to the United Kingdom, UK, for seminar again, still on teaching profession. So where I met with teachers from different parts of the world. It was a fantastic seminar. It was held at the Cambridge University, Faculty of Education, Cambridge University in the UK. I still have the certificate signed by Professor Emeritus of that Faculty of Education. I think the Dean of Faculty of Education, Cambridge University in the UK. So I still have the certificate. It was a whole week, almost a whole week seminar, but I spent about a month in the UK. The ED said, don't you have a friend? You can't just go for the seminar and just come back. I have friends, I have friends. Then stay, enjoy yourself, visit places, and so that was how I went, and it was a nice experience. And coming back again, they definitely, as usual, they will organize the other teachers, and then I will teach them what I've learned. And in Lee City, I taught the regular class, GSS 1 to 3. I taught the regular class, SS 1 to 3. I taught SAT, Scholastic Aptitude Test. I taught SAT, Mathematics. I taught a GRE, Graduate Record Exam, for those that have finished their first degree in Nigeria and want to go and do their masters in abroad, especially in the US and Canada. I taught GRE. I taught IGCSE, the equivalent of a WAEC, that is Cambridge O level. I taught physics, I taught mathematics. So I have, and I continue again with the church stuff. During the holiday, I will still organize some of our students here in this church here. I will still organize seminars for them. We will still have holiday teaching and all that. And so, as God will have it, the assignment God said I should not allow teachings to disturb, continue to expand. And it expanded to the point that I couldn't cope with the two again. That I have to drop one for the other one. And so which one should I drop? I'm asking us. Which one should I drop now? The secular. Why should I drop the secular teaching? Why should I drop the secular teaching? Of course. God first, isn't it? So God first. And so I had to resign after 10 years and 5 months in Lee City High School. I had to resign. And when I wanted to go, the executive director had to call me to her office and ask him, Mr. Alamu, where are you going? She thought I got another job. She said, have you gotten another job? What is their salary? We are ready to give you. I said, ma, it's not about, he said, name your price. What will you, if it were to be money, what will you be collecting? And back then, that was 2014. Back then, my salary, of course, I have become HOD. So my salary plus the HOD allowance was 100K. So you could imagine 2014, earning 100K. So you know what that means now. If it were to be now, so that would be around that would definitely be 200,000 and above as a teacher. So they actually pay, the school always pay teacher very well, and they don't go. They will pay your salary at the right time. So the ED said I should name my price. The only reason why she allowed me to go was when I told her that no, I'm not going for any job. I'm actually going for the work of the Lord. That it is the Lord's assignment that I was going for. And that was when she said, yes. So Mr. Alamu, you can leave now. I had a lot of experiences which I will be sharing as we move along the seminar. When I left, I was working, doing the work of the Lord, the assignment God has given me. But still my spare time, I still had spare time. And what would I be using this spare time for? And then I took the holiday teaching, beyond holiday teaching. There is one brother in our fellowship who is a proprietor, he has a school. And then we discussed together that I will be using his school for free tutorial all along like that till 2023. It was 2023, 2024 that I would not, because of the assignment, I'm a missionary, a teacher of the Word of God, conferences, mission field, this one and that one. So that didn't allow me to be able to do more or like have always been doing. Of course, I knew that I would not have that opportunity forever. And that is one of the challenges I'm throwing at us today. You will not have the opportunity forever. And while you have the opportunity, you make the best use of it. Some of the students I taught at BCT High School and elsewhere, they are in places, some of them are abroad, some of them, they are everywhere, some of them in Nigeria, some of them abroad. And by the grace of God, I will talk about that when I get to the reward of teachers. Of course, it's only God that can reward us. But then, if we have done our work diligently well, there is no way we will have the reward. At least last year, one of my students back then, sometimes last year, he was just chatting with me and said, I've sent something to you. It's been long, I sent something. And of course, usually, he will always send something to me, but there was a break kind of. And I said, it's been long, I sent something to you. I need to send something. Please send your account number again. 150,000 naira. That was it. I remember when our second son gained admission, Antipas, and we needed a laptop, and he had about the laptop. He sent 120,000, 150,000 to add to the money to get a laptop for him. And this last December, Uncle, I need to send you something for Christmas, for the end of the year, stuff. 100,000 naira. So it has always been like that. There was a time that every month you will just load my card, my phone line, 10K every month to do data. Every month. It was like that for almost a year. Every month like that. And there are others like that. After I left the school, at least for about 3 or 4 years, I was still receiving gifts from parents. There was one that always asked me to come and pick up something for my wife for Christmas. 1 gallon of ororo and this and that, pack everything together. And that was after I even left the school. So, this is my journey. And if I think I am sharing anything with you, you will see that it's not just head knowledge. It is what I have been through. And as we journey together in this seminar, I pray that the Lord God Almighty will fulfill the purpose for which He has brought us together in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, and God bless you.